Welcome all. My name is Richard Port. I'm the Vice President of Birmingham Law Society. We are joined today by Leap, our amazing sponsor. They let their software do the talking, focus on the needs of small to mid-sized law firms. Leap is dedicated to developing legal case management software that helps generate efficiencies, profit, and improve service. They're also joined here today by InfoTrack, and I'm going to pass you on to Craig for this talk and about how they're changing the onboarding process. Craig, over to you.
Lovely, thanks Richard. I'm now sharing my screen, so you should be able to see my details on there as well, which is all good. So yeah, welcome to this Birmingham Law Society webinar discussing electronic client onboarding and compliance with Leap and InfoTrack, hosted by myself, Craig Dade, and Richard Port. Firstly, a quick introduction to our speakers and then a brief overview of Leap. My name's Craig Dade, Business Development Manager for Leap Legal Software UK. I've been working in the legal sector for the last 15 years, so I understand the challenges that face SME law firms in this new technology age that we now live in. We have Lizzie Wynne-Stanley, experienced regional sales manager with a demonstrated history of working in the legal software industry and has been with Leap since 2016. And Scott Bolstridge. Scott joined InfoTrack in 2017 and has assisted with the business's scale up to become the go-to choice for integrated conveyancing services. As well as supporting the Birmingham Law Society, we are a strategic law society partner as well. Becoming a strategic partner confirms that Leap is recognised by the Law Society for helping legal practitioners to manage their compliance, productivity, and efficiency, and that law firms can consider Leap with confidence. I'll start by looking at Leap and the legal practice productivity solution. Our deep knowledge and understanding of how law firms operate is giving us the insight to match products to your requirements. With over 30 years experience in the legal sector, we have helped so many legal firms from across the globe to achieve more success and further business growth. With over 66,000 global users of Leap and product, and with 6,000 automated legal forms, and spending over £13 million in research and development every year to keep Leap at the cutting edge of legal technology. Leap software occupies a unique place within the legal software market, offering access to practice management, legal publishing, document assembly, and legal accounting all under one integrated platform, making it easier for law firms, legal practitioners, and sole practitioners to keep track of their legal matters from instruction until completion, all in one solution, the Legal Practice Productivity Solution. With Leap, you are always creating one version of the truth. On its cloud-based infrastructure with updates happening in real time, you will always have access to the latest version of any document within the matter. And with the integration of InfoTrack search products, you'll be able to run your electronic onboarding and reports and save directly back to the matter, giving you the reassurance that your conveyancing matters will always be up to date and available from anywhere on any device at any time. But with the ability to work offline, this really is the hybrid solution. I will now hand over to our presenters who will take you through this process. So over to you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Craig. I'll just share my screen and then you should be able to see the Leap software there. So Leap Legal Software is a comprehensive solution designed to assist law firms with compliance. It offers various features and functionality that helps ensure adherence to legal and regulatory requirements. Leap provides tools for document management, time recording, billing, accounting, all of which contribute to maintaining compliance. So today, we'll be looking at how Leap and InfoTrack combined can help maintain compliance on your matters. So we'll be looking at the onboarding process of a client. So Leap have recently launched the new Conflict Check app, which enables the firm to provide a comprehensive conflict check of interest, which also provides peace of mind that you've checked thoroughly as to whether you can work with the individual. So when going into Leap, under the main menu section, we here have access to the conflict check. So this simplifies how you can complete your conflict check within Leap. So you can access all your previously searched individuals, But today we'll just create a new search. So at this point, you can type in an individual's name, first and second. You can perform a partial or exact match. And at this stage, it's going to be providing a really thorough and comprehensive check throughout the whole of the LEAP database, where you can filter through all the information it's showing. So here we can see we have one potential conflict from the other side. We have 5 potential conflicts from cards. Now, a card within LEAP could be an individual, but it also could be a business, a company, government body. We have here in this scenario 4 potential conflicts for an individual, a person. 17 here from a matter, so you can see Miss Holly Harrison in our test database is used quite frequently. And then also correspondence. So this is where it's filtering through all the correspondence stored within a matter itself. So that might be an email, a PDF, a letter, for example. So you can have peace of mind knowing that you performed a really detailed conflict check. Now at this point, once you're happy, there is the facility to actually report on these actions. So here you can actually print the report. You can also attach this result here to a matter. This button here is quite powerful. This is where you can attach it to a matter and update the compliance section at the same time. The compliance section is an area where you can tick if you have performed this search, so it automates that process. And you've also got the facility to attach it to a card. So on the individual level, you'll have a report that you've performed this as well. So once you're happy that you're able to work with this individual, we'll now go on to opening the matter itself. So at this stage, all you need to do is select new matter. Now within LEAP as standard, we provide you all the common areas of law. Now we're content specialists. So within those areas of law, you get all your matter plans in terms of the matter types pre-configured for you, all the content, so forms which are included as standard and maintained and kept up to date for you, and then specialist apps on top of that. But today we're just going to be focusing on the onboarding process, and I'll open up a purchase matter type. So there's lots of different things you can do when opening up a matter, but we have simplified that process. So just on this screen here, you could tick regarding access and permissions, log if your work's been referred, accounting options, but at this stage today, we'll just select OK. Now, we already know that we're happy to work with Miss Holly Harrison. So at this stage, I can just type in Miss Holly Harrison's details. On the right-hand side, it's flagging to me that we've already dealt with her and we've got the information in the system. So by double-clicking, it's now imported all of that information, saving me time from having to re-enter it in, but also mitigating risk from re-typing out the wrong information. It's quite comprehensive, the information that we've stored against Miss Holly Harrison. For example, we've got the address details. We actually integrate with Google Search, so if you were typing out a new address, you could just start typing it out and find it for you in the system. At this stage, we'll just select Save and Close. Now here we can see a brand new matter that's been opened. It will automatically allocate a matter number for the system. And here on the left-hand side, we can see Ms. Holly Harrison's details have automatically pulled across. And we've now got all the different table types pre-configured and ready for you to complete whenever you get that information. And as mentioned, that's included as standard within the package of LEAP. And it's essentially a checklist of required information that you need to store against the individual matter. Now, one of the many benefits of the integration within InfoTrack is that you can access it directly from within the matter. So here at this point, all you would need to do is select InfoTrack, and that will take you to the InfoTrack services, which Scott will take us through just now. So I'll just stop sharing my screen and over to you, Scott.
Cheers, Lizzie. Let's share my screen. There we go. So that's the InfoTrack screen. And today we're focusing on the onboarding aspect, so ECOS. So just for anybody that's unaware of what InfoTrack does, integration experts, we integrate into lots of different platforms. Today, however, we're focused on ECOS. There's a kangaroo next to it because we're currently running a promotion. Anybody that orders any digital onboarding products through InfoTrack, you get put into a raffle, potentially win a trip to Australia. ECOS stands for electronic client onboarding solution, and includes 4 different elements. So the 4 different elements would be your forms, your ID, your email checks, and also your source of funds, source of wealth checks. Included within here as well, we have the ability to add your client care letters, your terms of business, and this all comes along with DocuSign as well, so the clients can sign this electronically too. There's 4 main benefits of Leap to InfoTrack and to this and to ECOS. Those 4 elements being, firstly, the data. So the data will magically come across through from Leap. So you put the data into Leap, it will be there. If it's not in Leap, you can just add it into InfoTrack. Secondly, all these documents, all these elements that the client eventually fills in or completes or returns, they will save straight back to Leap, which Liz will show you a bit later. Thirdly, any disbursements that are incurred here for the client, they will automatically save to cost recoverers. So you don't need to, so your accounts guys don't need to save those manually. And the 4th benefit is as well that in collecting this data, so collecting this data from the client as part of the forms, we will be able to do a data check. So any data that you currently hold in Leap, we will use the data the client's provided and ensure it's correct. Or if it's not in Leap, we will actually populate Leap for you guys as well, saving you the time and hassle there too. They're the main benefits. A bit more about the products here. So the products we have here, we have protocol forms, we have the digital ID, digital email checks, and the digital source of funds, source of wealth checks. I tend to spend a few hours with different clients each week. I meet about 10 law firms each week. At the moment, I find that most law firms are currently carrying out AML checks digitally. Everything else can be quite a manual process. So the forms can be sent by email or manually. ID checks are usually law firms around certified clients, passports, etc. And the source of funds, source of wealth, that tends to involve go through the client's bank statements and ruler, highlighter, and going through those in kind of fine detail, etc. Some of the benefits of the Leap and InfoTrack onboarding solution would be on the forms. So at the moment, many of the challenges that law firms face include taking a couple of weeks to get those forms back. With InfoTrack and Leap, it takes a couple of days, we're finding. Once you get those forms back, we're finding that many of the forms are incomplete. They may not be signed, and also if they're handwritten, it may be hard to read their writing as well. These forms are digital, they're smart, they will only ever come back fully complete, 100% complete, and always signed. And always typed as well. So you never need to get back to the client to raise any concerns. Source of funds, quite popular as well. I know that many law firms spend a lot of time going through all the bank statements to make sure they're happy with the source of funds and wealth. This solution now provides you with digital bank statements, which the clients provide through our open banking software. But also we now interrogate that data. So we interrogate the data and we recommend that the clients provide you with the evidence of any of those sources of funds as well. So we're essentially carrying out much of that work for you guys too. However, if you guys to send this to a client, it's quite an easy process. You'd simply click the functions you want, whether it's a sale, purchase, gifter. The source of funds, interestingly as well, will actually highlight a gifter too, so you can then do the checks on the gifter as well. But let's say this was a sale. I tick my forms, I've got my ID, I've got my AML check, and I've got my source of funds. I've included my client care letter. I've got my templated email, and I can simply send this to the client. Now, this email here is templated, so we would build it for you, or you could provide us your own writing, and we will send that to the client. Now, what the client will receive will look a bit like this. So this will be all completely branded to your law firm. So your logos, your color scheme. The clients will receive this with your templated email. The clients would simply click Start Now. This will then take them through to a shared workspace you have with them. Again, it's important to note that the branding and the color schemes of you guys. For extra security, I've had a text message there to put a code in. And this will then take me to our share platform, which again, logoed up, your branding, and the client will literally go through, depending on the amount of steps you ticked, the client will go through those steps. I ticked everything, so I've got all steps here. So the client will literally go through the signing of the documents. They can do their ID checks. They can do their source of funds, complete the forms, then sign and submit the forms. As they go through the process, the steps are ticked off. It's nice and easy for your clients. But importantly as well, this is supported by InfoTrack. So if your clients are completing this at night, they're watching Coronation Street, they come across an issue, they phone us. We're open late at night. We'll take the phone call. We'll help them through it. The first thing you'll know is when you get these results back. So that's the client journey. As the conveyancer, you'll receive back office. So this is what so by sending that solution out to the client to complete, you get access to this page here. This is just confirming you sent out 3 pages that require signing. There's 3 documents that require verification, and there's 3 forms that require completing. So this is a live feed. So at the moment, Mr. Donald, so I've just sent this information out to, he's completed 1/3 of his personal information forms, but he's done nothing else. So at all times, you're aware exactly what they've done, and you can send the client reminders to push them along their journey. But as I mentioned at the start, at the moment, we're finding the clients are spending maybe 36 hours waiting for all this information to come back. So a lot quicker than most firms at the moment are waiting about 2 or 3 weeks, we find. So yes, that's the InfoTrack part. Lizzie, are you able to show the guys where they're saving to Leap now? Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you, Scott. If you could stop sharing, then I'll just share my screen, and then we'll go inside.
Stop share. There we go, Lizzie.
Thank you very much. Perfect. So we've just now jumped back into the matter we created. And as you can see, the searches which Scott had ordered are now automatically saved back into the matter. Now, as Scott referenced as well, the cost of those searches would automatically post to Leap on the Office Accounting tab, ready to be pulled across onto an invoice and charged back to the client rather than a cost that the firm will incur. Now, within Leap and every matter on the left-hand side, we have this compliance table. Now, this is where, as referenced right at the start with the conflict check, there would be an automatic tick here showing that this has been completed. And then this is where you can also log your source of funds checks, AMLs, your risk indicators, closing risk on a matter. You can log all your undertakings, and then also log if the file's been reviewed. So we have really comprehensive compliance checks within a matter, but we also have really comprehensive compliance checks firm-wide in the reporting section. So under the main menu section within Leap, under the reports, it takes you through to a really comprehensive, neatly organized folder structure for your reports. Now, under the matters and clients section, here we have the compliance report. Now, this highlights to you if your AML checks have been completed, anti-money laundering, all your different compliance reports. Now, in the grey area here, this is where you can filter through and have the report showing information that you would like to see. For example, I can filter through and bring back the date range, select undertakings. We can select certain reporting groups. So this might be if you've got different branches within the business. You can have a look at an individual or all within the business. And at this point, I'll select download. Now, within a matter of seconds, you can see that this report has been created for me. Now, it will just load. Here we go. And in a second, here we can see a full overview of all matters within Leap. And it's highlighting to me which conflict checks or AML checks, all the compliance checks that have or haven't been completed across these matters. Now, you can see here with Angela Overton, she's missed quite a few important checks on her file. So here we can see AML checks haven't been completed, the conflict, risk indicators, the undertakings. But it's a great overview of where all the matters are up to in one place. Now, within Leap, we have many other functionalities which help you remain compliant regarding, for example, to start with Leap forms. So we provide all the forms for you included within as standard within the Leap package. They're all maintained and kept up to date for you as well. And there's also merge fields on top of those forms. So any information that you complete on the left-hand side of the file would then auto-populate into those forms, mitigating risk from manual data entry, which is incorrect. On top of that, we also integrate with ByLawyers, which is a precedents and guides provider, which provides updated precedents, updates on legislation, matter plans, and commentaries, which you can access directly from within the matter. Leap also includes task lists and workflow management, which can also provide structure and reminders for your fee earners to complete the important compliance checks on an individual file, ensuring that nothing is forgotten. On top of that, Leap has obviously a cloud-based system. So this means all your information is stored in one centralized system, again, mitigating risk from having information stored in the wrong places. There's lots of different features within Leap which help you remain compliant, but hopefully you can see from the onboarding process today with Leap and InfoTrack combined, we help make you as compliant as possible with that process. Back over to you, Craig.
Well, thank you, Lizzie. Thank you very much. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if there's any questions that have come through or if anybody does have any questions that they feel they want to be answered. But hopefully that was a really insightful insight into the onboarding and how you can onboard your clients in a seamless manner using both Leap and InfoTrack. Our contact details are now on screen, so if you do want to make contact with us, you can make a note of that and reach out to either myself, Lizzie, or Scott. But yeah, if there isn't any other questions, then we'll close up this session for today. So thank you very much for the Birmingham Law Society for hosting this. Thank you for Richard for your opening remarks, and again, thank you to Lizzie and Scott for insightful insight into Leap and InfoTrack. Thank you and good day.
Well,